Hey, my Sparkle students, I was going to do this one really quickly. Post 3 says to subtract your original factoring problem from your classmates. Okay, so let's say this one was your classmates. 24x squared minus 13x plus 2. I just picked random numbers. I don't even know if it factors. I'm just trying to show you how to do this. Okay, they want you to subtract yours, which was 10x squared plus 4x minus 8. Okay, so it said to subtract your original from their original. Okay, so when you subtract, the reason I put this in parentheses is what we do is we're going to bring down this first one, 24x squared minus 13x plus 2. We're going to bring this out exactly as we see. Okay, then subtracting means it's like multiplying everything by -1. Okay, so all of the signs in here are going to change. So this becomes -1 times 10x squared becomes negative 10x squared. Notice I'm lining it up right with the other x squared. Okay, -1 times a positive 4x. There's my negative 4x, and I'm lining it up with the other single x. All right, and lastly, a -1 times a -8 is a positive 8. Okay, so again, I'm going to bring down the 24x squared, the minus 13x, the plus 2, bringing those down exactly as I see them. They want me to subtract this one, so I'm going to multiply everything by -1. That becomes negative 10x squared. That becomes a negative 4x, and that becomes a positive 8. I have it in the correct order, descending order. It goes x squared, the single x, and then what was this guy called? This guy is the constant, meaning it doesn't have a letter. So 24x squared, take away 10x squared would give you 14. The x squared comes along for the ride. When you add and subtract, you do nothing with the letters, you just bring it down. This one says I owe $13, I owe another 4, therefore I owe $17. And the x comes along for the ride, right? The rule is when the signs are the same, you add them and keep the sign. And this says I have 2, I have 8, so I have 10. So this would be your answer for post 3. Subtracting yours from theirs, okay? And here's another one. So let's say it was 7z to the 5th minus 10z to the 4th plus 8z cubed, and you were to subtract out the 10z to the 5th plus 2z to the 4th minus 3z cubed. That is not easy to say. So I'm going to bring everything out in the first one, bring those down. Okay, now I'm going to take this -1 and I'm going to distribute. So it's going to change the sign of everything, right? -1 times 10z to the 5th is negative 10z to the 5th. -1 times a positive 2z to the 4th is a negative 2z to the 4th. And be careful your signs. -1 times negative 3z cubed is a positive 3z cubed. Notice I line them up. The z to the 5ths go together, the z to the 4ths, and the z to the 3rds, right? When you add and subtract, they have to be like terms, meaning the letters have to be exactly the same. So this says I have 7, I owe 10, therefore I still owe 3. The z to the 5th just comes along for the ride. You owe 10, you owe 2, you would add them, you would get negative 12, z to the 4th. Okay, you can't drop out the letters are important. And 8z and 3z would be 11z cubed. All right, so your answer here would be negative 3z to the 5th minus 12z to the 4th plus 11z cubed. All right, guys, I hope this helped you. Keep sparkling.